Hello class, welcome back. I hope you're having a great day. Today we're going to talk about order of operations. This is our first lesson on the order of operations. Before we begin, I would like for you to take out your homework from last night. Make sure it's complete before we go over it. And I also want you to have a color pencil or a color pen with you so that we can, if there's any of the problems that you missed, you can go back and make corrections to those. So please at this time pause the video while you take out your homework from last night. When you're ready to check over it, press play. For problem number 1, the value of 25 cubed is 25 to the power of 3, which equals 15,625. Number 2, what's the value of 4 squared? 4 squared is 4 to the power of 2, which equals 16. Number 3, what's the value of 16 squared plus 2 cubed? So you write it out, 16 squared plus 2 cubed. 16 squared is equal to 256 plus 2 cubed is equal to 8. You add them together. The answer is 264. Number 4, 9 cubed times 4 squared in expanded form is 9 times 9 times 9 times 4 times 4. Number 5, express g times g times k times k times g times g times k times k in expanded form. So you have to count up all the g's. There are 5 g's, so it's g to the 5th times, make sure you have multiplication there, not addition. And there are 4 k's, so it's k to the 4th. Make sure you combine all of the g's and all of the k's. Number 6, write 225 using exponents. It can be written as 5 squared times 3 squared. Number 7, the concession stand at the ballpark sold 4 to the 4th hot dogs on Saturday afternoon. How many hot dogs did they sell? They sold 256 hot dogs. Number 8, if a square has an area of 16 square meters, what's the length of each side? Remember, a square, all the sides are the same, so each side is 4 meters long. 4 times 4 is 16. Number 9, if the cost of a flight aboard the space shuttle costs $10 million, what's the amount in expanded form? In exponential form, the answer is 10 to the 7th power. Number 10, which of these numbers is a result of squaring the base? Remember up here, a square has all the sides that are the same. So if we square the base, the answer is 49. 7 times 7 is equal to 49. So if there's any of these problems that you missed, I want you to go back using your colored pencil or pen and make corrections to them so that you don't make the same mistakes on your quiz or your test. Today we're going to talk about the order of operations, so please make sure you have these 2 pages out in your notes. And you will probably also need your math notebook to use as scrap paper to help you out. So at this time, pause the video while you take out these 2 pages. When you're ready to move on, press play. Now, here's your warm-up for today. Using a calculator, you can use any calculator. It doesn't have to be a specific one, but just using a calculator, I want you to enter the following expressions and write the answer on your sheet of paper. So write this down, enter this in your calculator, enter this one in, and write your answer. And then using a paper and pencil, I want you to either work with a partner if you have a partner at your school. If not, you just do it by yourself and solve the expression and compare your answers with the answer you received from your calculator. So enter this into your calculator, get your answer, and then I want you to try to solve these to get the same answer as your calculator. So please pause the video while you complete this section, the warm-up. When you're ready to check your answers, press play. So for A, the answer is 10, and for B, the answer is 25 if you enter it into your calculator. Now, what I was trying to show you is that the calculator automatically does order of operations for you. That's why I don't want you using a calculator on this section of the course, because you need to learn how to do it on your own without a calculator. So the calculator already knows how to do order of operations. Some of you may have learned about order of operations in the past, some of you may not. So for A, how the calculator got 10 is the first thing that you have to do is in this problem, you have addition and multiplication. You first have to multiply. 3 times 2 is 6. And then you add 4. 4 plus 6 is 10. For the next one, order of operations tells you you have to do exponents first. 4 times 4 is 16. You rewrite the problem again. And now you have to do division. 24 divided by 6 is 4. And then rewrite the problem. Sorry, my pen isn't writing very well. And then you add from left to right. 5 plus 16 is 21. Plus 4. 21 plus 4 is 25. And so your answer is 25. And that's how the calculator got the answer. Looking at the next part. What is a numerical expression? A numerical expression includes only numbers and operational symbols. What does it mean to evaluate? To evaluate is to find the value of a mathematical expression. Also means to solve. Or later we'll get into simplifying. But in this unit, evaluate is the same thing as solving. So what does PEMDAS stand for? I would like for you to write this down in your notes. Please stands for parentheses. Excuse stands for exponents. My stands for multiply. Dear stands for divide. Aunt stands for add. Sally stands for subtract. Now you've probably heard PEMDAS before. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. But the key here is that you need to realize that multiplication and division, addition and subtraction, they go together. It's whichever one comes first from left to right. So in this case, if you have 5 divided by 5 times 2, you don't multiply first, you have to divide because it comes first from left to right. So 5 divided by 5 is 1 times 2, 1 times 2 is 2. The same for addition and subtraction. It's whichever one comes first from left to right. So please don't make that mistake. I see it happen all too often because they just go by parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract, and you'll get it wrong. So please make sure you realize it's multiply or divide, whichever one comes first from left to right. And same down here, what's the order of operations? Order of operations is a series of steps to solve numerical expressions. First, you perform operations in parentheses first, or we'll talk about grouping symbols because it's not just going to be parentheses. It could be brackets or braces. Number 2, find the value of the numbers with exponents. Number 3, multiply or divide from left to right, whichever one comes first in the problem. So make sure you highlight that. And then addition and subtraction from left to right as ordered in the problem. That's very, very important for you to do. Turning over to the next page in your notes, you'll see a hopscotch. And this is a helpful hint in identifying that multiplication and division go together, addition and subtraction goes together. So if you draw out a hopscotch on your paper, it resembles a hopscotch, and it's to remind you that when you land on multiplication or division or addition or subtraction, both of your legs are touching a box, which means that you must do whichever one comes first from left to right. So let's go ahead and do some practice problems. And I would like for you, whenever I'm writing on the board, I would like for you to be writing in your notes as well. So let's do a practice problem. I have box it, solve it, rewrite it. And that's what I always chant in my classroom. Box it, solve it, rewrite it. Box it, solve it, rewrite it. So let's look first. We have addition and we have multiplication. Order of operations tells us to do multiplication first, so we box it. Then we solve it. 12 times 2 is 24. And then you rewrite the problem. Okay, and then the last operation we have is 9 plus 24. So we box it. We solve it. 9 plus 24 is 33. and that is our answer. All right, let's look at the second practice problem. We have 4 times 3 squared plus 8 minus 16. We don't have any grouping symbols, but we do have exponents. So box it. 3 squared is 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. And then you rewrite it. So now what do we have left? We have multiplication, we have addition, and we have subtraction. So next we do multiplication. 4 times 9 is 36. And rewrite. Remember, if I'm writing this down, you should be writing this down as well. Now we have addition and subtraction. So they go together, and so we solve it from left to right. So we first have to add. 36 plus 8 is 44. And then we have 44 minus 16. Box it. We solve it. 44 minus 16 is 28. And that is your final answer. Okay, and now let's do the last problem together. We have 8 divided by parentheses 1 plus 3 times 5 squared minus 2. So order of operations tells us to do what's in parentheses first. Now if you have like exponents plus addition within the parentheses, you always follow the order of operations within the parentheses first. But here we only have one operation, so we're just going to add. 1 plus 3 is 4. Then you rewrite it. So next we have exponents, so you box it. 5 squared is 5 times 5, which is 25. And you rewrite it. Now we have division, multiplication, and subtraction. So remember, multiplication and division go together from left to right, so which one comes first? We have to divide, so we box it. 8 divided by 4 is 2 times 25 minus 2. Now we have multiplication, so you box it. You solve it. 2 times 25 is 50. And then our last operation is subtraction. 50 minus 2 is 48. And so then circle your final answer. For homework tonight, you're going to complete the order of operations crossword puzzle. I want to go over one problem with you and work it out so you understand how to do it for tonight's homework. So let's take a look at number 2, because number 2 has 2 operations within the parentheses. And remember, if you need extra paper, use your notebook to help you work out these problems. Don't try to jumble it up all in this one little box if you don't have enough space. So here we have 3 times, remember whenever a number is next to parentheses, that means to multiply. 3 times parentheses 20 minus 4 squared plus 7. So the first thing we have to do is do parentheses, but within the parentheses we also have subtraction and exponents. So order of operations tells us to do exponents first. So 4 squared is equal to 4 times 4, which is equal to 16. So you box it, you solve it, and then you rewrite it. So next we have to do parentheses. 20 minus 6 is 4. You box it, you solve it, and you rewrite it. Next we have multiplication. Remember, when a number is next to parentheses, it means to multiply. 3 times 4 is 12. And then the last step is to add. 12 plus 7 is 19. And so your answer is 19. Now, for number 2 is a cross. So up here at the top, you're going to write the number 19. Okay, so I hope you understand what's expected for your homework tonight. If you have any questions, email me. I'll be happy to help you out. And so good luck, and make sure you complete this so that you're ready for class tomorrow. Have a wonderful afternoon.